Hello and a good day to you. So good to be finally out and about. And you know what I miss the most? Going out there to eat good food. And right now I'm craving for char kway teow. In fact, I'm craving it so much. For today's episode, we're going to try out 3 different types of char kway teow around Singapore. There's the OG, the halal, and the vegetarian. We're now in Chinatown to try out char kway teow, and if you're thinking of a particular stall, I can confidently tell you right now, it's not it, it's something else. And now for a magic trick, because the last time I came here, the place was closed. So let's try again. Damn suay leh, every time I want to go out and shoot something to eat, right? At least one of the stalls will be closed or something. We are at Upper Cross Street at Koh Wei Eating House for what used to be my favourite char kway teow in Singapore. It used to be Cuppage Fried Kway Teow, but as far as I know, the uncle has already retired. But he did hand off the stall and his methods to a lady chef right now. But looking at the kway teow right now, I noticed that it's rather different from what he used to sell it at. It looks a lot more dry as compared to last time. I remember Uncle's one used to be like super duper wet, super duper black. It does look like it's still rather generous in terms of like the cockles that they give. They got pork lard here. There's taugeh as well, which is nice. Don't think there's any like lap chong here. Fish cake, the pork lard is here. I shall not impose my prejudgment on this char kway teow, knowing that this used to be my favourite. But we'll see. I mean, I must admit that the old version used to be super oily and super wet. And honestly, a little bit sinful. Good coffee. Okay, let's go. Smells nice. It's rather garlicky. And the spice level is nice. Interestingly, despite not being as wet, flavor-wise, I feel like they still keep rather true to the previous version. Perhaps you lose a little bit on that sinfulness because of the wet sauce. Maybe not bad. Got luck. So you got your pieces of sea ham, right? They're not the biggest pieces, but they're substantial enough. Not overcooked. So I got the small one for $4. It's an okay price for the amount. I think all in all, the plate is rather enjoyable. Right amount of spiciness. I do kind of wish it's a little bit wetter. Maybe because I'm craving that sinfulness of char kway teow, you see. For our second stop, we're at Bukit Merah for some halal char kway teow. Supposedly, it tastes as good, if not better than even some of the non-halal ones. I'm here at Bukit Merah View Hawker Centre for 786 char kway teow. The owner is a Chinese Muslim revert, so you know that he knows how a char kway teow is supposed to taste like. Very humble guy, very chatty, very friendly guy as well. And I have with me right now the 450 small plate. Because it's a halal version, you are lacking in stuff like pork lard, lap chong, but we'll see how it is. So you got fish cake, sea ham, full fat and plum. The kway teow, of course, rather generous amounts of eggs. And they're all fried individually, so actually quite cool. Piping hot. Smells really nice when it's frying it as well. Cleanse my palate first. Let's begin. Smell-wise, smells like a very clean and healthy char kway teow. It's not the super wet and oily kind. A bit smooth, and the spice level is just nice. I don't think there's a need to ask for like less or more spice here. I think it's really nice. I won't say it's the most wok-paced char kway teow around, but you do get a little bit of it from the intensity that he fries it with. More importantly, look at the size of this sea ham, man. My thumb for comparison. It's been so long since I've had sea ham in char kway teow already. Some places they still put it, but they give like the very tiny ones, and because it's so small, right, it's very easy to overcook it. This one is still medium rare, so you get a bit of crunchiness when you bite into the flesh. But of course, if you are the kind that prefers your cockles to be fully cooked, I'm pretty sure you can make a special request, he'll do it for you. But if you ask me, fully cooked is not the way to go for cockles. You might as well be eating rubber. You know what's funny? As I was walking towards the store, right, I passed by this like group of elderly Chinese folks openly discussing about the store. Or how it's going to taste like char kway teow when it doesn't come with pork lard and lap chong. But honestly, if you ask me, I don't miss the pork lard, but I do miss a little bit of lap chong. Perhaps if you use the chicken lap chong, maybe you'll bring in a bit of that saltiness. I think as it stands, this is a pretty decent plate of fried kway teow. Definitely less oily lah, and if I must say, perhaps a little bit more healthy. Clean plate. On to our third and final stall. We're here for vegetarian, aka harmless char kway teow. And when I searched on Google Maps, this was one of the names that popped up. Apparently people feel that it's so good, they might even be better than some of the non-vegetarian char kway teow around. We'll see, we'll go check it out. I'm here at Meet and Eat at 608. It feels like one of those new atas kopitiam that sort of brings together a lot of very well-known brands. For this to work, all the stalls need to be equally good. If not, you're not going to survive here, man. Anyways, the stall is called No Monkey Business. I got my char kway teow already and it's $6.80. A little bit pricey for char kway teow, but when you look at the plate, you understand why. It's probably the biggest char kway teow that I've had of the three. And it smells really nice. It's really huge. It looks nice and glistening. Of the three, it's probably one of the wetter char kway teows at this point. Surprisingly, the only stall that gave me lime. 1 and 2. For this amount of char kway teow, I think I need 2 limes. Let's see what they have inside. So over here, your replacement for pork lard, and then pieces of sea ham is being replaced by this little chao gu. I think this is eggs, which makes this not vegan, guys. This is vegetarian. They even have vegetarian samsamba. Let's see how it tastes. I think the most important part is still the taste. But look at that, man. Props to the stir frying skills. It's very, very nicely coated. Very nice, not too oily. Okay, for size comparison, my head is like that, the plate is like that. It's a lot. I'm gonna be full up by the end of it. It smells nice. It's one of the smoothest char kway teow so far. It's quite refreshing to have the lime. Oh, it's Zai but in a cube format. And it works very, very well. I love it. It gives you that satisfying crunch of zuyu zha. I still don't know what it is. I'm gonna try. I'm guessing that is the whole tofu, the monkey head mushroom. Known to be very chewy, almost fibrous. One of the more meat-like textures. The so-called sea ham, which is your chao gu. I would say this one is different. Definitely don't expect sea ham with this. Oh, but the chewiness, okay lah, a bit there. And then this very cute samsamba. It's almost like a la roll situation. Not bad. If I'm looking at it purely as a char kway teow, right, what really stands out for me is the frying skills. Everything is nicely coated, it's nice and glistening. Dark sauce is just nice, it's not too strong. And there's a little bit of wok hei. It's the most surprising standout of the three. I didn't expect the vegetarian option to be my favorite. Wow. Clear plate. And that's it for the char kway teow episode. Honestly, I'm still in absolute shock that my favorite of the three turned out to be the vegetarian one. So good and so genius with the way that they use Zai as the pork lard. So nice, so amazing. Plus, the absolute skill displayed in making that char kway teow. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you want to watch more videos like this, click here and here. Also, if you like, please subscribe to the channel. I need 1000 subscribers to make it to partner. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.